Other interesting cultural news, you have the Disney Snow White trailer is released and roasted viscerally, with some saying it's got 1 million downvotes and about 20,000 upvotes on the YouTube. Now, somehow it looks like they're actually going to publish this, what's it, a truckload or a garbage truck? A semi-truckload of crap, some might argue. Which, yeah, in terms of choosing a talent, well, talent is too strong a word. Choosing an individual, I don't know how much talent she really has, but they chose Rachel Zegler to be the lead actress, which, again, the fact that they didn't fire her by now is quite ridiculous to say the least. I say that because, well, not only does she lack acting talent that much as well, but she also has consistently gone around saying how much she hates the original intellectual property of the Disney company. So she got hired for a job, and she's saying how much she hates the Disney ride for Snow White, as well as the original film or cartoon, whatever you want to call it. Which, again, how does it do this? Well, obviously we know the Disney execs have very few brains and even less morals. They want to destroy everything that Walt Disney originally stood for, which is why perhaps they keep paying this gal lots of money. Now, we'll watch the trailer, but just to give you a little backstory in terms of the unparalleled level of insufferable that comes from Rachel Zegler, perhaps only on par with The View in terms of competitiveness. Here's a quick clip of Rachel Zegler just talking about, what was the original Snow White and what does she think the new one's going to be? And I should give you a visual warning. She has the fashion acumen of some worse than me, which is saying something. I don't know what kind of collared weird shirt she's wearing, but yeah, this is from the Disney 23 Expo. And this is supposed to, thanks to Disney and Wokeness, saying, quote, Disney literally hired the most insufferable human alive to be a Snow White, which there is no community note. I did scroll a little bit. There's no community note. I'm not sure if the most insufferable woman of all time is her, or maybe Rosie O'Donnell, or one of the gals on The View. That'd be a fascinating competition for another time, perhaps. But this is Rachel Zegler, not in the privacy of her home, complaining to family members. She's literally giving an interview saying how much she hates her employer. Yeah, and somehow she's still employed.
She's not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was
So it won't be about the actual... They're going to rewrite the story as well, of course.
fearless, fair, brave, and true. The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Is because it had morals and values in 1937? Is that why? I mean, fascinatingly enough, that would be the only way you can tell. Because with the lack of technology back then, unlike modern film, cinema, where you can say, oh, wow, that guy's got an iPhone, 2, which is almost looks, basically comical compared to a modern iPhone 58 or whatever they're on these days. I mean, technology is usually one of the best barometers of seeing a movie as old these days. But yeah, back then they didn't really showcase any of that as more timeless, I would argue, but I partially digress.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird. So we didn't do that this time.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again.
How are you scared of that original cartoon? And then how do you only watch it once? Like, even my household, like, again, I'm a guy, it was my favorite thing, but I even saw it probably 3 to 4 times growing up, just because, like, you'd have family night, I'll watch, like, a Disney film. But yeah, she only watched it once?
I watched it for the first time in probably...
Did she only wear, like, these, rudimentary collared shirts, too?
16.
Did she just go to, like, a big sale at the Gap? Still in business, right? Or Old Navy?
17 years. The cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power.
No longer 19.
So that's the level of insufferableness. And again, that went pretty viral on X. Got 11.4 million views and almost 100,000 likes, which, everyone pretty much agreeing that, yeah, she's insufferable. Now, here, I'm actually shocked. Disney didn't turn off the comments, which they could have. And this is their own channel on the YouTube, where it got 5.7 million views. Apparently got 1 million downvotes, but only 28,000 upvotes. Now, I say that because there's a lot of plugins you can use, but YouTube, I suspect because they didn't want politicians to look terrible, well, the deep state, traditional politicians look terrible, they erased the ability to see downvotes a couple years ago. I don't think that's a coincidence. The administration that rolled in. And I think this one's equally as insufferable, but we'll see. It's about 2 minutes and 24 seconds. We'll see. And again, the whole plot was it the evil, wicked queen or something was jealous of the king's daughter's good looks, which from this preview you'll see is utterly comical because yeah, that's definitely not the case in this time. So you're gonna pull up here. You can see Rachel Ziegler, which... ugh. Actually, that might be the first time Rachel Ziegler did a modicum of work in her life. She's actually holding a broom, and it moved back and forth by about 3 inches. That might be the only manual labor she's ever done. Might be historical as well, folks.
This was my father's kingdom. A place of fairness. But the Queen changed everything.
Take him away!
Your Majesty,
What did you say?
the people need some kindness.
You know, I really don't remember you being this.
That's actually typical leftism. Don't quantify anything. They need kindness. Not they need X, Y, and Z, like specific things. They need kindness. Which, for a second, I thought that was AOC. But apparently it's not. It's still Rachel Zegler.
Opinionated.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all?
Famed is thy beauty, Majesty. But a lovely maiden I now behold.
Is the mirror blind? I don't know. What would Trump say if he had to watch this? I don't know if that mirror's blind, but half the movie's budget went to camera lenses because every time Rachel Zegler looked at the camera, the lens would crack because she's so ugly. I mean, the whole plot is the Queen is jealous of her looks. Which... yeah, spoiler alert, she looks like a dog in comparison to the Queen. Like, yeah. And that's central to the plot. But yeah, of course, they throw that out. So yeah, the magic mirror is saying Rachel Zegler looks attractive. Which, first of all, on average, no, absolutely not. And then compared to the Queen? Hell no.
I look at you, and I just want to be the fairest of them all.
The Queen is evil. You must flee into the woods.
My parents always said this forest was a magical place. Hello? Is there anybody here?
This movie is also encouraging breaking and entering. She's going into the Seven Dwarves' house without knocking. She even gave them a courtesy. I mean, what are they changing? How rude is that? Ridiculous. Also, the backlash was so heavy from the first preview, like 2 years ago. Instead of the 7 dwarves, they had like basically 7 people from San Francisco. None of them were little people. Again, stealing job opportunities away, but because of the backlash, looks like they set that right. So she broke into the house and she's sleeping in their beds.
It's a human.
What did you think I was?
Nothing. Ghost.
You'll be safe from the Queen here.
The Queen stole everything from all of us. I'm gonna need your help. It's time to restore our kingdom.
Waiting on a wish, holding out for someday, hoping somehow, some way, there comes a miracle.
Find Snow White.
I close my eyes and see the girl I meant to
This is our kingdom, and now we're here to take it back.
You were saying.
I'm sorry, my dear. Did I frighten you?
So, I mean, besides the filmography of Rachel Zegler, there's a great preview, or a great demo, so to say, which, I guess the only salvation is that the music is amazing, which it's hard to bastardize that. Actually, no, we should actually be very grateful. I'm actually surprised this doesn't have a whole soundtrack from Lizzo, or was that Megan Thee Stallion, who, spoiler, isn't actually a horse. Some might argue or debate the intelligence of a horse, but no topic for no time. This got, pretty viral, got 5.7 million views, and perhaps a comparable like ratio to Chris Christie, which is a fascinating political phenomenon in which when Chris Christie was running for the Republican nominee, he had 2 instances on social media where he had 0 positive feedback. He made a post and not a single person liked it, which, again, statistically speaking, almost impossible because presumably he had family, friends, and a campaign staff, allegedly. So let's go to the comments here. Well, the first one comes from, let's see, is this Justin? Yeah, Justin says, quote, "Wow, Disney, you are truly incredible. It took you 3 years, multiple rewrites, unnecessary CGI, and $209 million just for me to enjoy the comment section of a movie I will never watch. Bless you." Getting 48,000 likes. Factor 13 says, "For people who don't use the extension, currently 24,000 likes, 588,000 dislikes." His comment got 11,000 upvotes. RD Proctor says, "This trailer saved my dad. He'd been in a coma for 8 months. Then I played this trailer and he woke up and got out of bed and turned it off. Thank you, Disney." Gained 22,000 likes. GD Master says, there are comments in this section with more likes than the actual trailer. Gained 1.1 thousand likes. Yes, as youth might say, they got ratioed. Let's see, Veronica says, quote, "At this point, the comment section is a real magic mirror." Gained 31,000 likes. Real Bearded Dan says, "I'll give Disney some credit. They are brave enough to leave the comment section open." Gained 56,000 likes, which, yeah, I'm still shocked that they actually left the comment section open. Because, yeah, I think they knew it was going to be viscerally against her. Steven says, "If I saw this movie in a plane, I would still walk out." Getting 38,000 likes. Vex Cuomo says, quote, "Evil queen to the mirror. Describe Snow White to me." Mirror goes, "Weird, weird." Getting 32,000 likes. Lazy Design says, "The only way to redeem this film is to let the evil queen win." Getting 444 likes. Yeah. Cole says, $200 million budget in the world's most hilarious comic section. Worth it. Getting 5.1 thousand likes. Mamoy 4728 says, "They finally did it. They made a movie nobody is going to pirate." Getting 10,000 likes, which, yeah, I don't know. I don't think anyone's going to pirate this film. Ever. It's the most unpirateable film of all time. Drunk Monkey says, quote, "Disney, coming to a theater near you." Me. Is that a threat? Getting 18,000 likes. Jeff says, "Queen, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most beautiful woman in the world?" Mirror, Lord Farquaad. Getting 131 likes. Annalyn says, quote, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the bravest of them all?" Disney for not locking the comment section down. Getting 10,000 likes. Telling Disney the truth. It's an oddly specific handle. I think you know all about their YouTube profile probably. Says, quote, "I got a feeling this movie is going to have more comments on YouTube than tickets sold." Getting 28,000 likes, which, yeah, that's not inconceivable. It's 42,398 comments thus far. Let's see. I don't see any contrarian comments thus far. We're scrolling down. Meme comments, good name. They say, quote, "Shrek has more respect for Snow White than Disney does." Getting 4.6 thousand likes. Alfred says, "People clicked on the video not to watch the trailer, but to read the comment section." True. Getting 931 likes. Andy says, quote, "So Disney started their careers with Snow White and looks like they'll end it with Snow White." Getting 2.7 thousand likes, which, yeah, oddly, that might be a sad but true metaphor for what Disney, this might be the, will this be the final nail in the coffin? I mean, there are so many people that'll just buy whatever Disney shovels out because they're Disney fans. They're part of the Disney culture. But yeah, is that enough to sustain a business long term? Another person by the name of the Drissa says, "For people who don't have the Ascension," and now says 28,000 likes, 721,000 downvotes. He also got 2,000 likes for that. Yeah. Was it Leaf Boyne says, "I paid nothing to watch this trailer, but I already want my money back." Getting 1.6 thousand likes. Roland Dashini says, quote, "Rachel Ziegler is a 28-year-old with the maturity of a 13-year-old. Getting 1.4 thousand likes." Which, that might be an insult to most 13-year-olds. I think my niece and nephew are a little bit more intelligent than Rachel Ziegler. The bar is quite low. Pooja says, quote, "The majority has spoken in the comment section. We want to see the evil queen win." Getting 6.3 thousand likes, which, again, the most hilarious thing is one of the biggest plot points of the whole movie is the queen being jealous of the gal's looks, which, yeah, no one, I don't think anyone in the real world, or, yeah, certainly not in that fake world, but I don't know anyone in the real world who is actually jealous of Rachel Zegler. She's one of those gals who makes you look really good at comparison. which is a unique skill some might argue that I have. Hungry Chick says, quote, how many didn't watch and just pause to see the comments getting 3,000 likes? Yeah. So we'll do one more. Benny says, quote, nobody has ever rooted for a poison apple until this movie. Go poison apple. Getting 9.2 thousand likes. Let's make it 9.3 maybe. No, but still liked it nevertheless. So, yeah, not looking good, Disney. I mean, how much money have they wasted on this film? They're mentioning $200 million. Again, you have to remember, you know, there's a cost to produce the movie. And then usually the industry standard for Hollywood is they spend twice as much for marketing of the film. They've also had to do rewrites for this, reshoots, as well as introducing CGI into this as well, and recasting. So, I mean, I'm not a gambling man, but if I were a gambling man, I would argue the odds are pretty good that this movie is not going to break even. I think, like most modern Disney films, it's going to lose money, which is what Disney seemingly does best these days, alienating prospective clients, current clients, and losing money hand over fist. So, yeah, they could not have picked a worse actress for this role. Perhaps, dear God, maybe Rosie O'Donnell? I don't know who would make a worse... That might be the only worst candidate for like a prospective actress for that role. But let me know, do you think this movie will actually break even? Or do you think it'll make a profit? I mean, we saw a lot, I think part of the election in the United States recently was majority of Americans, not just, you know, Trump didn't just win the Electoral College, he won the popular vote. I think that's a sign that more and more people are turning away from this kind of woke, you know, remake ideology. But let me know your thoughts are in the comments, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by Christmas, so you can click that button. I really appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.